This hypnosis experience is copyrighted by Key Guy Technology, LLC, your 2019 copyright. This hypnosis file is not to be duplicated and or distributed without express permission from Key Guy Technology, LLC. Please try out our product, the Hypnosis Key, by going to www.hypnosiskey.com. The Hypnosis Key is a digital package that comes with over 1,000 Hypnosis Mp3 files that are read by a hypnotherapist. The Hypnosis Key is a $20,000 value that we sell for a very low price. Again, go to www.hypnosiskey.com. That is spelled www.hypnosiskey.com. Please enjoy your hypnosis file.
NB, I've incorporated this as it's from a genuine session I led with a companion. He was keen on getting some answers concerning his past lives and is a fantastic, mesmerizing subject, accomplishing profound days all around effectively and rapidly. Be that as it may, he would quickly leave days at the purpose of traverse into his past life. A few endeavors demonstrated unprofitable, notwithstanding following positive idea-motor reactions, and clearly a piece of him was shielding him from stepping into his past life. The thought at that point came to me to really utilize that defensive piece of him to encourage the voyage, and with this strategy, I accomplished the achievement we were searching for. This is an exceptionally delicate and disassociated approach to access past life memory and can make ready for more straightforward cooperation in later sessions. I might want you currently to unwind with 3 full breaths. In through the nose, hold for a concise minute, at that point gradually discharge through the mouth. What's more, on the final gasp out, you can enable your eyes to delicately close, shutting just when you wind up, sinking further into that agreeable seat, sinking further into unwinding. What's more, since you are so loose, getting a charge out of unwinding there, you realize you can appreciate the voyage into more profound and more profound unwinding, more profound and more profound solace, more profound and more profound days. So you can anticipate all the incredible things you will find today. Things you have dependably been interested about, need to know. Presently, as you loosen up even further, you may see how great it feels. The more profound you go, the better it feels, the better it feels, the more profound you may go as you're oblivious. Mind approaches. You may jump at the chance to envision a mitigating, wonderful flood of profound solace washing over you, loosening up you, extricating your muscles and joints, each fiber of your being becoming heavier. From the highest point of your head, each one of those minor muscles in your scalp which you may have not known about, your face, your neck and shoulders, becoming heavier, looser, progressively loose. Presently your arms, the lower arms, the hands, with its confounded structure and system of bones and muscles that we depend on so much, simply unwinding, becoming heavier, looser, still progressively loose, as the influx of solace brings you further down, far from the at this very moment, far from duties and stress, spreading through your chest and stomach, your back, those enormous substantial pieces of muscle that take our weight throughout the day, simply developing overwhelming, looser, still increasingly loose. Presently you can feel your legs, the thighs, the knees, the calves, right down to the tips of the toes, becoming heavier, looser, progressively loose. You can feel your entire body sinking into the seat, your feet feeling so substantial on the floor. Substantial in such a charming way you realize you couldn't lift them regardless of whether you needed to. In any case, it feels so great. For what reason would you attempt also, your cognizant personality, on the off chance that it hasn't done as of now, can take some very much earned time off. It can go meandering, wandering way off, realizing it will dependably discover its way back when all is good and well. Furthermore, I might want to pause for a minute to address a piece of you. The piece of you which cares for your recollections. The cheerful ones, and particularly the pitiful ones. I might want to thank the piece of you for shielding you from the miserable recollections so well, and I might even want to solicit that part from you to keep on carrying out that responsibility so well. In any case, we as a whole realize that not all the recollections are terrible. Some are great. And every one of them can show us something. What's more, I'm certain you can review glad recollections from a month ago. Indeed, even last Christmas. Furthermore, on the off chance that you can recall those, you would then be able to move on to your 16th birthday celebration. Or on the other hand, even your first day at school. Notice how simple those recollections come to you. Indeed, even pieces of those occasions which you thought were lost, simply appear to stream normally. No dramatization. No firecrackers. Simply your cheerful, wonderful recollections. What's more, for what reason ought there be any trouble or dramatization in reviewing your cheerful recollections now they are, all things considered, your recollections? What's more, it's those glad recollections we might want to take a gander at now. Those are the recollections I might want that piece of you which deals with your recollections to discover for me now. Effectively. Rapidly. Securely. In any case, not simply those recollections, those different recollections. The ones over yonder. What's more, I might want that piece of you that deals with those different recollections, the ones over yonder, to go over yonder, while we remain here. We won't look. We will have nothing to do with them, so we can stay safe with no possibility of seeing whatever wouldn't like to be seen. We will leave our security where it has a place, being taken care of by the piece of you which cares for your recollections. He can proceed to look. We'll remain here. Safe. Agreeable. Secure. Glad and inquisitive. What's more, presently, while that piece of you that deals with those different recollections gets down to business, I might want you to picture a writing board before you. It's an old writing board, and however it has been as of late cleaned, there is a fine covering of white chalk dust on its split and worn surface. What's more, as we stay here, taking a gander at this chalkboard, I'd like you to see the chalk on the little rack at the base of the board and take it in your grasp. We will unwind here now, and simply sit and pause and take a gander at the board while I solicit that part from you that is in charge of taking care of your recollections, those recollections as well as those different recollections. Those ones over yonder. To go over yonder and take a gander at those different recollections for you. Also, we don't need to take a gander at those recollections, the great ones or the terrible ones, the upbeat ones or the miserable ones. We can simply stay here and take a gander at the writing board. Loose, quiet, and inquisitive. Be that as it may, I'd like that piece of you that cares for your recollections to painstakingly glance through those different recollections for you, and select an upbeat minute to see. When a cheerful minute has been situated in those recollections. In those different recollections. In your recollections. I'd like that piece of you to come here and tenderly murmur in your ear. So we can stay protected and glad, I'd like that piece of you that deals with your recollections to come over and murmur in your ear the name of the individual in those different recollections. Since they are, all things considered, your recollections, and it was, all things considered, your name. Furthermore, when you have that name, and you will know when you have that name, you can compose it on your writing board. I at that point request an idiomotor reaction to demonstrate the name is on the board. Proceed with this procedure for different subtleties. The customer can remain here, loose, taking a gander at the slate, while their part goes over yonder and recovers the data we request. Take care to choose inquiries to which the appropriate responses would be non-undermining to the customer. Asking how could you pass on may not be savvy for somebody with an oblivious protection from survey a past life. At what age did you abandon those recollections? To start assembling these recollections currently is gentler. Recover a few simple to discover however critical subtleties, for example, name, age, area, occupation and so on. This all forms certainty and makes ready for the following session, which can be entered in a more related manner. Presently we have this data on your slate. You can survey this data and like the advancement you have made as I by and by thank the piece of you that deals with your recollections for additionally assuming liability for your well-being and shielding you from any horrendous recollections that might be over yonder. It's working admirably, and I might want it to keep on doing that extraordinary activity, realizing that next time, when we come back to our stupor, we can get those different recollections, clients' names recollections, in a sheltered and charming way. Along these lines, client's name can proceed to develop and learn as a person with a more profound comprehension of himself and his place throughout everyday life. More joyful, increasingly content, and amped up for his future. Furthermore, since we realize we can get to clients' names recollections, these ones just as those ones, I might at last want to solicit that part from you that deals with memory so well, if when we come back to days next time, it would help in finding a lovely and proper period in those different recollections for client's name to see direct. Realizing that we can do in total well-being and solace, haven't you? I might want that part to give me a reasonable and clear sign as concurred when it is prepared to enable us to see those recollections, securely, easily, with interest and joy. Sit tight for idea motor reaction. In a minute I'm going to start checking from 1 up to 10, and with each number you will turn out to be only somewhat more conscious and mindful until, by the number 10, you will be completely wakeful, loaded with vitality and prepared to handle the day ahead with recharged energy and pledge to your fantasies. What's more, I might want you to carry back with all of you the data on your writing board. You will recall the words on the chalkboard with clearness. Those recollections. Your recollections. Much the same as the ones you have of your first day at school, your 16th birthday celebration, last Christmas, a week ago, yesterday and at the beginning of today. Nothing noteworthy about your recollections acknowledge aside from the joy and the man what you can gain from them to improve your life a spot to be currently. So checking now from 1-10. End stupor.